and welcome back to the session. In the previous session, we were discussing few important basic things relating to current electricity, right? Fundamental things relating to current electricity, like its definition, its SI unit, whether it's a scalar or vector, right? Now, let us continue our discussion and discuss more about the fundamentals of current electricity. We will confine our discussion or emphasize only about the steady current in case of conductors. Okay, so let's get started. What do you mean by charge carriers or current carriers? Charge carriers andre enu? It is the charge particles whose flow in a definite direction constitutes an electric current. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ನ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡೋ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಥವಾ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ಸ್. Okay, say for example in solids the carriers are conductors. Okay, conductors ಗೆ example ಕೊಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ very good examples are metals. So metal carries the electric current since it is having free electrons. Free electrons are the current carriers which carry the electric current in metals, right? Free electrons are nothing but valence electrons. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು valence electrons ಅಂತಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, similarly insulators ಅಲ್ಲಿ are there any charge carriers? There are no charge carriers. If there are carriers, then insulators would have been carried the electric current. Insulators electric current carry ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. It will not constitute current because there are no charged particles or no charge carriers. Semiconductors ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ semiconductor materials ನ consider ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ there will be free electrons and holes. Example germanium, silicon. Fine. So free electrons, holes are nothing but the positively charged particles. Okay, that you will study in detail in the another chapter. So let's just remember that free electrons and holes are the current carriers which carry the electric current in case of semiconductors. Now in case of liquids case alli enagutte, specifically if we talk about the electrolytic solutions, it is the positive and the negative ions which carry the electric current. So current carriers in case of liquids we can specify it as positively charged and negatively charged ions. Gases alli, does gases carry the electric current? Does gases conduct electric current? At room temperature it does not carry the electric current. Okay, only the ionized gases. If the gas is ionized, then such gases will carry the electric current and the carriers in gases will be positive and negative ions which are present in the gases. Okay, and in different devices like vacuum tubes or discharge tubes, right? In all those what we say, in all those devices the current carriers are positive and negative ions. Okay, this is about the charge carriers or current carriers. You can expect a 1 mark question or a 3 marks question from this concept. They may ask you to describe the current carriers in different states, okay, states of matter, or they may ask you for 1 mark like say for example what are the charge carriers in case of conductors or in case of electrolytic solutions. So you should be able to answer what are the current carriers in different materials. Now let us, since you know this basic thing, let us discuss regarding the different types of current. Okay, there are basically two types of current. One is the direct current and the other one is alternating current. First let us discuss regarding direct current. Direct current means if the magnitude of the current magnitude ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು with respect to time. ಟೈಮ್ ಎಲಾಪ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋದಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಅ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ, ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದು ಟಾರ್ಚ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಟಾರ್ಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೀವು ಸೆಲ್ ನ ಹಾಕಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ value, current value ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, it will be constant, right? So if you plot a graph of current versus time, taking time along x-axis and current along y-axis, you can see you will get a linear graph in this way, right? Uniform ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಲೈನ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, because the magnitude of current with respect to time, it is not changing, it remains the same. Such type of current we call it as direct current, or it is also called as steady current. Okay, because current value is steady throughout its journey, right? One more current is also there, that is variable current. Direct current alle variable current anta kuda irutte. Variable current andre enu, with respect to time we can change the magnitude of the electric current. Magnitude of current enagta hogutte, change agta hogutte. As I gave the example of torch, you can take that same example. If you continuously switch on the torch, what happens with the bulb? It will glow for 1 hour, 2 hours. Later on, if you continuously keep on switching on the torch, what happens? Gradually, as time increases, 15 hours, 20 hours, 25 hours, ಈ ರೀತಿ time increase ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋದಂಗೆಲ್ಲ the brightness of the bulb will go on decreasing. Why? Because the amount of current will go on decreasing. Magnitude of current ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ torch will gradually decrease its fluorescence, right? So in such example you can observe the variable current. Current may vary, magnitude of current it may vary linearly or it may also vary non-linearly. Okay, it depends on different situations, but you can have a direct current which is variable. Okay, this is about the direct current. The another type of current is alternating current. Alternating current andre enu, it is an electric current whose magnitude changes with time and polarity reverses periodically. Okay, magnitude of current matte polarity eradu kuda enagutte, change agutte. What does it mean? You can observe in this graph, if you take time along x-axis and current along y-axis, right? The direction of the current, as you can see, it will go on changing. Once if the direction is positive, the other second it will be negative. Why? Because polarity is getting reversed. Battery polarity enagirutte, positive terminal idid negative agutte, negative idid positive agutte after elapsing of certain time. Say for example 10 seconds interval anta ankondre, after every 10 seconds it is changing its direction. And what about the magnitude? Magnitude of the current is also, if it is minimum at one point, the other point it is maximum. Matte minimum aitu, matte negative maximum, matte minimum aitu, matte positive maximum, right? So alternately it is changing its magnitude of the current and as well as direction. Such type of current we call it as alternating current. We will study about alternating current in detail in the another chapter which is prescribed in your text. But in this chapter we will confine our study only regarding the direct current, that is the steady current, where the value of the current, that is the magnitude of the current, will not vary and it will remain constant with respect to time. So throughout this complete chapter, whenever I am referring in general as current, andre you must understand I am talking about direct current athwa steady current ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Okay, and also we will confine our discussion only up to the solid conductors. Conductors ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ, metallic conductors. Okay, now throughout our chapter we will emphasize only about the steady current of conductors, specifically the metals. Okay, discuss regarding electric currents in conductors. So to understand how the electric current is conducted in a conductor, you must know what is a conductor. ಓಕೆ, ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಈಸಿ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಅ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್, ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಮೆಟಲ್, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಓಕೆ, ಮೆಟಾಲಿಕ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್. ಮೆಟಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಆಟಮ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್, ರೈಟ್, which will be composed of both protons and neutrons, and these protons are the positively charged particles. These protons are the positively charged particles and these are the neutral atoms, that is the neutrons. Okay, so positively charged particles are the protons and they are fixed inside a nucleus with a strong nuclear force, and for any conductor surrounding to the nucleus, electrons will be revolving in different orbits, right? Different orbits alli enagirutte, it will be bound to this nucleus, and if you observe, there will be certain outermost electrons, outermost orbitally irtakanta electrons enagirutte, they will be less bounded with the central nucleus. Is nuclear force jote electrons enagirutte less tightly bound agirutte, which means if you externally apply certain energy, it will be free to move out of this atom, okay, and jump into another atom. So such a type of electron which is free to move in the surface of the conductor from one atom to another atom is called as free electrons. Okay, athwa idanna valence electrons antanu karitivi. Okay, because they are lying in the valence shell, that is the outermost orbit or outermost shell of the atom. Okay, in conductors, in metal, there are many number of free electrons, maximum number of free electrons which are free to move to carry the electric current, because electrons, we know electrons are negatively charged particle, right? So charge particle flow ಆದರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್, ಫ್ರೀ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್, ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕೆಪಬಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಟು ಅನದರ್ ಆಟಮ್, they will carry the negative charge from one part of the conductor to the another part of the conductor. Therefore we can observe electric current in those conductors. Okay, inno specific agi idanna artha ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ let us look it into a graphical picture of this conductor. So you can see an example of a conductor, a metallic piece in this diagram, right? So basically a metal consists of many number of atoms. Here I have just showed you few number of atoms, okay, but there will be thousands and lakhs of atoms available in the metal body, right? So for this conductor there will be having atoms in this way, okay, which will be having nucleus in the centers, and surrounding to it these green dots are nothing but the electrons which will be flowing in different orbits, and these blue dots what here representing is the free electrons, outermost orbitally irtakanta free electrons which are capable of moving from one atom to another atom. Fine, so they will be at room temperature. Room temperature ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಫ್ರೀ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, they will be randomly moving here and there. Okay, they will be randomly moving here and there with certain velocity. ಆ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿನ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಥರ್ಮಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. Okay, which will be of the order of 10 to the power of 5 to 10 to the power of 6 meter per second. With this high velocity, high thermal velocity, they will be moving randomly here and there at room temperature. Okay, so since the motion is random motion ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, there will be no particular direction in which the free electrons will be moving from. We cannot say, if I take a cross section over here, I cannot say these many amounts of electrons are flowing from left to right, because there is a possibility that the amount of electrons which are flowing towards right, there will be possibility that equal amount of electrons are flowing in opposite direction, right? So therefore what happens, I cannot measure the correct amount of charges which are flowing in one direction. Therefore we will not observe any sort of electric current in the conductor when they are considered at room temperature. ರೂಮ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ದಾಗ ಆವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಫ್ರೀ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. So there is no electric current. Although it is having high thermal velocity, they will not conduct any electric current. So this is the scenario which I just explained. See here, without battery. Without battery means without connecting it to any external source to provide the potential difference. Potential difference ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಫ್ರೀ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ರ್ಯಾಂಡಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ವಿತ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಥರ್ಮಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ. Okay, suppose if I apply an potential difference to this metallic body. Potential difference ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, by means of connecting it to battery. Battery connect ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, one terminal of the metallic body or the conductor becomes positively charged, another terminal of the body becomes negatively charged, right? So once the electric field is applied, potential difference ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, electric field will be set up in the body. Conductor ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, electric field set up ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Electric field ಯಾವ direction ಅಲ್ಲಿ set up ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, it will always starts from positive and moves towards the negative. Electric field lines will start from the positive plate to the negative plate, right? Electric field ಆ direction ಅಲ್ಲಿ set up ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇಂದ ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್, ಫ್ರೀ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ರ್ಯಾಂಡಮ್ಲಿ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಥರ್ಮಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್, right? So due to that force, now after applying the potential difference, all the free electrons, rather moving randomly here and there, they will start moving in one direction towards the positive plate. Fine. The free electron, since it is having affinity towards the positive plate, they will start moving towards the positive terminal, okay, with a velocity. So now after applying the electric field, since it is getting drifted towards the positive terminal, that is opposite to the direction of applied electric field, that velocity which is acquired by these free electrons is called as drift velocity. ಆ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿನ ಏನಂತೀವಿ, ಡ್ರಿಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡ್ರಿಫ್ಟ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಇಸ್ ದ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆಫ್ 10 to the power of -3 meter per second. It's a very small value, right? Although it's very small value, but still its impact will be very huge. Why it is huge? Because ಈ ಫ್ರೀ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ they will start experiencing the force, and due to the force it will accelerate. Acceleration ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, does the electrons continuously accelerate? Continuous ಆಗಿ accelerate ಆಗೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. As you can see here, every free electron as it is moving forward, drifting forward, it is hitting the positive ion which is present in front of it, right? So during the drifting of the free electron from one point to another, there is possibility that it will collide with the positive ions which are present in the metallic body, which are fixed, right? So due to those collisions, the acceleration will last only for short period of time, okay? So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ acceleration ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, it will not be a continuous acceleration, it will be only for a short period of time, and it is uniform acceleration. Therefore we will see a small value of drift velocity, but since the number of free electrons availability in the metallic body will be more, therefore the impact of the drifting of that free electrons will be more. Now in this situation, if I consider a cross section of this conductor, I can easily calculate the number of free electrons which are crossing through that cross section, right? Because all the free electrons are now traveling in one single direction and moving with certain same velocity, right? Therefore now the metallic conductor will constitute an electric current, okay? So ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈಗ electrons, since they are drifting in the direction opposite to the direction of the applied electric field, right? So therefore we will observe an electric current. So this is how the current will be carried in any given conductor, Okay, what are the main points you should remember in this? Very important thing is, initially ಯಾವುದೇ conductor consider ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ at room temperature free electrons will be having certain thermal velocity, due to which they will be in random motion. Due to its random motion, we will not observe any electric current in the conductor. That is the first thing. After we apply the potential difference for the same conductor, right, by means of connecting it to a battery, one end of the conductor becomes positively charged, other end becomes negatively charged, and electric field will be set up between the conductor from positive to negative direction, right. Due to the applied electric field, electrical force will be experienced by the free electrons, and due to that electrical force, the free electrons will start accelerating, but only for a short interval of time, because as soon as it accelerates, it will collide with the successive positive ion present inside the conductor. Therefore, it will just accelerate for a short interval of time, and we observe a drift velocity with which the free electrons will start drifting towards the positive terminal. That is, in the direction opposite to the direction of the applied electric field. Now, this velocity with which it is drifting, with which the free electrons are drifting, are called as drift velocity. Velocity na ನಾವು drift velocity ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Now, due to this drift velocity, we observe an electric current in the conductor. Okay, so I hope the concept you have understood. Let's derive an expression for this drift velocity. So basically, how do we define this drift velocity? Drift velocity is defined as the average velocity with which free electrons in a conductor get drifted in a direction opposite to the direction of applied electric field. So it's a very important question for 1 marks, and sometimes it is asked for 3 marks as well. Okay, a very important concept you must remember. And drift velocity is usually denoted by the letter Vd. D should be in the subscript. So Vd is equals to E into capital E tau divided by m. So this is the expression for drift velocity. You must remember. Okay, where this small e is the charge on each electron, capital E is the applied electric field, tau is the relaxation time, m is the mass of the each electron. Okay, so what is this relaxation time? I'll explain it to you later. Okay, but for now, just remember this is the expression for the drift velocity and the order of drift velocity. Sometimes they will ask you for 1 mark. What is the order of drift velocity? Andre 10 to the power of minus 3 meter per second, that you must remember. Now, to derive the expression for drift velocity, let us consider a conductor. Okay, so let's just consider a cylindrical conductor which is under the influence of electric field. In electric field apply ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ andre, we should connect it to a battery. You should know the symbol of the battery. So one lengthier line and one short line. Lengthier line represents the positive terminal of the battery. Short line indicates the negative terminal of the battery. Okay, as soon as you connect it to the battery, it creates a potential difference in the conductor. One plate becomes positively charged and the other end becomes negatively charged. Fine. So due to the applied electric field, we know electric field direction will be from positive to negative. Okay, now due to this electric field, the electrons which are randomly moving initially with certain thermal velocity in the conductor will start experiencing a force, right? And that force you can see here is given by capital F is equals to minus E into capital E. This will be the force which is experienced by the free electrons inside the conductor. Now, due to this force, as I said, as I just explained, it accelerates. The electrons will start accelerating, and just for a short interval of time, because there will be many number of positive ions also, right, which are fixed inside the conductor, right? So electron, as soon as it accelerates, it collides with the positive ion and the acceleration becomes 0. Therefore, it is only for short interval of time and it's uniform. Okay, since it is only for short term, it can be considered as a uniform acceleration. right? And that equation you can take it from Newton's second law of motion. F is equals to ma ಇಂದ a is equals to f divided by m ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ f ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. a is equals to minus e into e divided by m. Okay, the same thing I have specified here. This acceleration lasts for a short time and it is interrupted, that is made zero when accelerated electron collides with vibrating ions of the conductor. Or in other words, what you can say is the electron accelerates for an average time interval tau. Okay, therefore drift velocity can be given by ಒಂದು kinetic equation consider ಮಾಡಿ ಏನ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಅಕ್ವೈರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ we can write it as v is equals to u plus at, as you know, that is the equation for velocity. So the same equation I'll consider here. Vd represents drift velocity. Final velocity will be the drift velocity which is acquired after applying electric field. Vd is equals to u plus at, right? Since there are many number of free electrons here, ಪ್ರತಿ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಗೆ ನಾನು ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿನ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬರೀತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ how I can write? For one electron I can write it as v1 is equals to u1 plus a into t1. Now what is u1? U here, it is the initial velocity. Initially ಯಾವ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಫ್ರೀ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಗೆ ಬಿಫೋರ್ applying the electric field? The electrons will be having thermal velocity. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ u ನ ನಾವು thermal velocity ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. A is the acceleration, the equation what I have derived here, right? And the t is the time taken by the electron to travel the free path. Free path ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಅಯಾನಿಗೆ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಫ್ರೀ ಪಾತ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಫ್ರೀ ಪಾತ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿನೋಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಲೆಟರ್ t. So similarly for second electron, for third electron, so on up to n electrons I can write the equations, right? So for n electrons, then what we will do? We will take the average of all the velocities of these electrons, because each electron will be having different velocities, because it's not necessary that all the electrons should move with the same velocities or all the electrons should collide equally. ರೈಟ್, ಕೊಲಿಷನ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲಿಗೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಕೂಡ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯೂಶುವಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಆವ್ರೇಜ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿಗೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಆವ್ರೇಜ್. ಹೌ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಆವ್ರೇಜ್? ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಆಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ n. v1 plus v2 plus v3 plus so on up to vn divided by n is equals to u1 plus u2 plus u3 so on up to plus un divided by n, plus since acceleration remains the same to each electron, right? Because the force experienced by each electron is same, therefore acceleration term remains same, and time taken by each electron will be different. Therefore I will take it as t1 plus t2 plus so on up to plus tn whole divided by n. Now, taking average, this complete average I can replace it as Vd, because all the final velocities of each electrons is nothing but the drift velocity what we are observing, right? Drift velocity na ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ define ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ? It is the average velocity with which free electrons in a conductor are getting drifted ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ average ನ ನಾನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು? I can take it as the drift velocity which is equal to. What about this average of the thermal velocity? Average of thermal velocity will be 0. Why? Because when the electrons are traveling by using the thermal velocity, they will be moving in random directions, right? So the velocity with which an electron is moving in left to right direction, there is possibility that equal amount of electron is moving with the same velocity in opposite direction, right? Therefore when you consider the net thermal velocity, it will get cancelled out and becomes 0, right? So average ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? thermal velocity ಇದು it becomes 0. Therefore we will not see any effect of the thermal velocity, although its order is very large, right? Plus acceleration term as it is, and the time intervals taken by each electron to travel the free paths, right? So that average value we take it as tau. which I just mentioned here as relaxation time. Okay, relaxation time ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ free path ಬಗ್ಗೆ I'll tell you later, but for now you just remember it is the average time interval taken by the free electrons to travel the mean free path is nothing but this tau. Okay, so rewriting this equation, acceleration term na ನಾವು ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆಯಿಂದ substitute ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ we get Vd is equals to 0 plus of minus small e into capital E divided by m into tau. If I rewrite it, plus into minus becomes minus. Vd is equals to minus e into e tau divided by m. So this is in vector form. Drift velocity ge vector form alli bardaga ee riti baritive. Now what is the significance of this negative sign? This negative sign indicates that the drift velocity direction will be in opposite direction to the applied electric field. Electric field ಯಾವ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಗೆ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಫ್ರೀ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, they start moving. Or if you just consider the magnitude of this equation, ಬರೀ magnitude consider ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಬರಿತೀವಿ, we will not specify this direction, this negative sign, and write it as e into capital E tau divided by m, where small e is the charge on each electron, capital E is the applied electric field, tau is the relaxation time, and m is the mass of each electron. Okay, so this is about the drift velocity. So derive an expression for drift velocity anta kelidre you should derive this equation. Okay, that might be asked for 3 marks, or sometimes they will club this question along with the definition of drift velocity for 5 marks. Okay,